If you missed part 1 and 2, kindly check the channel to find them before continuing here so as to understand the full story. Don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. Let's continue. Adaeze spends the first hour after sunrise running calculations. She's a scientist. She works the problem. She has no access to external communication. Leon's Wi-Fi requires a password she does not have. Her Nigerian SIM does not have international roaming, or if it does, Chike never activated it because Chike controlled the phone plan. Her laptop is connected to the apartment Wi-Fi through Leon's guest credentials, which means anything she sends or searches can theoretically be monitored. She has 3 possible routes. She identifies them the way she would identify extraction methods in a lab, by efficiency, by risk, by likelihood of success. Route 1. Direct confrontation. Confront Leon. Demand explanation. Force transparency. Risk? Very high. She has read Miriam's journal. Leon does not respond to confrontation with anger. He responds with patience, calm, and manufactured reasonableness. He would not threaten her, he would make her feel like the problem, and she would lose the element of information asymmetry, the only advantage she currently has. Eliminated. Route 2. Public access. Get outside the apartment and reach a public space, a library, a police station, a transit hub. Report everything. Risk? High. She cannot open the front door without the key code. If she waits until Leon opens the door for their planned Monday outing to the project office, she would be with him, watched in an unfamiliar city. Possible, but requires preparation. Route 3. Tobias Reinhardt. He knows something. He showed it without meaning to. He is the inside variable. Risk? Unknown. He is Leon's associate. He may be involved, or he may be the hairline fracture in the glass. Most promising, but requires a method of contact she does not yet have. She chooses Route 3 and begins building Route 2 as a contingency. On Saturday, Leon takes her out. Not far, a walk along the Amstel River, a coffee shop facing the water, but she is outside, breathing open air, logging details, street names, landmarks, the number of pedestrians, and the location of 3 cafes with visible Wi-Fi logos in their windows, and, most importantly, the address of the nearest police station, which she reads from a municipal notice board while pretending to admire the canal architecture. Leon is attentive throughout. He asks her questions about her life in Port Harcourt. She answers with half-truths, the way she learned to do with Chike. Enough truth to seem open, not enough to be useful to him. She watches his hands. He does not let go of her arm at any point during the walk. Not threateningly, gently, a guiding hand at her elbow, at her back, directing her movements without seeming to. She files that. On the way back, she sees Tobias. He is across the street, outside a bicycle shop. He has not come to meet them. His body language tells her that. He stops walking when she sees them, recalibrates, then continues. But for one brief moment, his eyes find hers. She holds the contact for exactly 1 second. Then she does something that cost her nothing and signals everything. She drops her scarf. She does not pick it up immediately. She lets it fall, lets Leon bend to retrieve it, and in those 2 seconds, she looks directly at Tobias with an expression she learned from years of keeping secrets in her own home. Help me. Tobias's jaw tightens. He keeps walking. Back in the apartment, Sunday arrives grey and quiet. Leon walks in his room for most of the morning. Adaeze sits at the kitchen table with her laptop, ostensibly writing field notes. She is actually writing the same sentence repeatedly in a local document that will never be sent anywhere, to calm her hands enough to think. At noon, Leon comes out of his room and tells her something unexpected. There's been a small delay with the project office, Tuesday instead of Monday. She watches his face. Something come up? She asks lightly. Paperwork, he says. Don't worry. She nods. But she knows what delays mean. Delays mean more time inside, more time contained, more time for whatever system he runs to work on a person who doesn't yet know she is being run. She has 48 hours. Meanwhile, in Lagos, Nigeria, Inspector Amara Ọkeke is a small woman with large files. She has been with NAPTIP for 9 years. She has seen things that have permanently rearranged her understanding of what people are capable of doing to each other. But the Voss case has bothered her specifically because it never officially became a case. It started with a report filed 18 months ago by a Danish woman's family, a Miriam Lassen, 31, marine researcher, who traveled to Amsterdam to meet a research contact and was reported missing 6 weeks later. Interpol flagged a travel document discrepancy. A Dutch police inquiry was opened and closed, not enough evidence for a criminal proceeding. Leon Voss was interviewed, cooperated fully, and provided records showing Miriam had left his apartment voluntarily after a disagreement about the research arrangement. The Dutch inquiry found no crime. But Amara is not Dutch, and she is not working a crime. She is working a pattern. Because Miriam Lassen is the third woman in 5 years to connect to a Leon Voss alias, each one a professional woman, each one traveling to meet him from outside the EU, each one living circumstances of domestic or professional control. He finds them in the cracks. He finds them at the precise moment when someone has exhausted their local options and needs to believe that rescue is possible from outside. He did not invent the trap. He perfected it. Amara has been building a dossier for 8 months. What she lacks is a live witness. On Saturday morning, while Adaeze is walking along the Amstel River with Leon's hand at her elbow, Amara receives an alert from a travel database cross-reference she set up 4 months ago. A Nigerian national, female, 29, research visa, Amsterdam, sponsored by Dr. Leon Voss, Holland Environmental Research Associates. She reads the name. She reads the destination. She reaches for her phone. Back in Amsterdam, Monday arrives. Adaeze has been awake for most of Sunday night, running her plan. She cannot reach Tobias directly. She has no contact for him. His card, which Leon had given her briefly during the introduction, is gone from the counter where she had seen it placed. But she has one thing she has been building quietly all weekend: a letter. 340 words, precise and specific. Names, dates, the journal, Miriam's full name, the padlocked room, the door codes, the 3 locks, the walk where he did not release her arm. She has written it on a page torn from the back of her professional notebook, folded it to the size of a coin, and placed it in the inside pocket of her jacket. Leon announces at 9 a.m. that he has errands. He will be back in 2 hours. "Please stay inside," he says. "The building code changed again. Security update. I'll let you out when I get back." He smiles. The door locks behind him with 3 distinct mechanical sounds. Adaeze counts to 60. Then she moves to the bathroom. She opens her laptop, connects to the apartment network, and accepts all the risks that come with it. She searches Miriam Lassen, Copenhagen missing researcher. The third result is a Danish news article 8 months old. Missing woman, research visa, Amsterdam, family still searching. No criminal proceedings. A contact email for the family advocate is visible in the article. She composes an email. 50 words, everything essential. Her own name, Leon's name, the address, Miriam's journal, a request for any law enforcement contact that is already aware. She sends it. Closes the browser. Clears the search history. Replaces the laptop exactly as it was, and sits down to wait. Leon returns at 11:30. He is in good spirits. He brings pastries. He asks if she slept better. She says yes. He watches her in the specific pleasant way he always watches her, the way that makes her feel like a display in a glass case. At 2 p.m., his phone rings. He takes it to his room. The conversation is short. When he emerges, something in his expression has slightly changed, a just slight recalibration. Everything all right? She asks. Fine, he says, too smoothly. She nods. But she knows that micro-expression. She has seen it once before, on Chike's face the evening she left Nigeria. It is the expression of a man who has realized that something has moved without his permission. That evening, Tobias arrives unannounced. Leon does not look pleased. They speak in Dutch in the hall for 4 minutes. Adaeze sits in the living room and does not move. Then, Tobias comes in alone. He sits across from her. He speaks quietly in perfect English. I need to know if you have contacted anyone. She studies him for 3 seconds. Why? Because if you have, he says, then I need to decide something, right now, tonight. A long beat. What do you need to decide? She asks.
His jaw works for a moment. Whether I am still going to pretend I don't know what I know. In another room, Leon Voss opens a laptop. In his inbox, a flagged alert from a monitoring program he runs on the apartment network. An outgoing email sent to a Danish family advocate at 10:47 a.m. He reads it slowly. Then he closes the laptop, sets it aside, and sits very still for a moment, the way precise, patient people do when a variable has moved outside its expected range. He reaches for his phone and dials a number that is not saved under any name.